Welcome back all. Guys, I will start again with saying how much thankful I am for all new subscribers, all people who left a like under my previous videos and also left a comment. It's honestly a great feeling reading all those nice comments, but mainly I'm happy because you guys enjoying those tactics, and it just motivates me to do more for you. As I mentioned before, I won't be able to post new tactics every day because for me it takes time to make them as good as possible. And honestly, I have like no idea how other creators can come up with tactics, new stuff basically every day. It's just, yeah, basically they posting every day something new. Me, sometimes I play like 30-50 games with one formation, trying just create something new, and in the end I come to conclusion it's not consistent enough, it's not good enough to share with you. So after playing so many games, which takes time, I just drop the formation and whole work that I put into and just move to another one, right? So honestly, just beyond my understanding how they do that. I wish I could, but I'm not capable of it. Before I jump to new tactics that I prepared for you today, I have to remember and thank my dear friend Amar, who is also one of the coaches on our website, and he always finds time to test my tactics and share his opinion. And also, I promise to work on quality of my new uploads. So I have to thank John, the founder of footcoaching.com, and actually my boss, who work on this video to make it as good experience when you're watching as possible, right? So thank you guys again. Okay, so today I want to share with you formation that if you play this game enough, you definitely notice that one, and you probably avoid using it. At least I was looking like at that option, scrolling down the formations, and I'm always like saying that it's not gonna work. But I decided to give it a try, and honestly, I was surprised how well it works. The formation as title says it's a 4-1-3-2, and I'm amazed by player positioning on the pitch, and with some decent setup, it actually becomes one of my favorite ones recently. So yeah, I hope you will enjoy it. Let's just jump into tactics. This is recorded from PS5. It's just easier for me that way to show you my current team. Not major changes. Some pickups, some pack pulls over here and there. So yeah, this is how it looks for now. Let's just jump into tactics. Okay, so as I said, I'm still using the same sorry guys, I'm still using the same basically setups as I post everything on my channel, just not this one. It's still, let's say, under construction, and when it's gonna be good enough, then I will share that with you too. So narrow 3-5-2 and 4-1-3-2 that I want to discuss today. So this is how we use these tactics. Okay, so there are two options as a defensive style. You can use press after possession loss, and you can use balance. If you don't feel comfortable enough with pressing after possession loss and quick switching with the right stick from one of you player to another, just use balance. It's still fine enough. I use width 40 and depth 60. Let me start with the depth. I don't need to use that out of offside 72 depth, and it just drives my players a little bit out of position, and it does that out of offside so many times just surprises me. So I just decided that 60 is enough. It's a good mid block for that depth. Regarding width, and this is a suggestion from Amar, who tested this, you can go lower up to 20 just to make it more compact, and it's going to be easier for you to defend. For me, 40 is good enough, and I feel comfortable enough defending with this width. But if you feel like you're going to struggle defending, just lower that to even up to 20. Okay, build up play, fast build up. I mentioned it a couple times. I'm a fan of just getting out of my half as fast as possible, And in order to do that, I want my players to get to their position and follow the given instructions as fast as possible, right? So I want to just drop and just move everyone to opponent half, right? And when I do that and there is no chance for counter, that's why I use possession as a chance creation. Then I want to build up slowly and just spot the mistakes of my opponent. I hate with all my guts the direct passing, but if you want to use direct passing, feel free to experiment with that. I just prefer possession style. I know I'm using fast build-up and possession like in every of my tactics, but this is what works for me. Feel free to experiment with that and let me know how you guys feel about it. With 40, and you can actually spread that up to 60, and sometimes I do that when I play against like narrow formations, but 40 is like totally enough. I wouldn't go lower than that because we still want to utilize the advantage of this formation, which is winger plays. And player in box 3, believe me, is like totally enough, guys. You don't need more players in the box. I don't want to overcrowd the box of my opponent. I want to actually drag his defenders out of the box so I have a empty space to run into. Okay, let's move on to the instructions. We'll start probably with as I said, this is recorded from PS5, so I'm not gonna like rewind everything, but it's short, so let's start with the instruction. This is how we line up the team, how I line up my team. So Modric plays as CM, Makelele, CDM. The rest is like self-explanatory, so let's move on. Just don't want to make this video long as I usually do. Okay, goalie, and this is my mistake. I'm gonna correct this, I think. This is like my go-to instruction for goalie: come for crosses, sweeper, keeper. I don't know why it wasn't changed, but doesn't matter. So I use that like automatically for a goalie. The goalies are like, you know, I'm not gonna suggest any instruction for goalies because they are like their animations and stuff. One goalie is working for someone, the second one is not working. I usually use goalie just for chemistry points in my team. So let's move on to center backs, and actually both center backs, guys, are gonna have the same instruction, which is aggressive interceptions, nothing else. I try to use on both of them step up instruction. I try to use on one of them step up, and unfortunately it's kind of leaves the gaps behind when they are like overcommitting to cover opponent striker. And with aggressive interceptions, I feel like I have more control, still having that little press to the striker, just closing down the space between like the defensive line and striker. I would suggest go to aggressive interceptions. I'm avoiding right now step up. It's just not working for me. So yes, let's move on to fullbacks. And again, both fullbacks gonna be joint attack and inverted. And yes, I know again using inverted, but a couple reasons. First, I feel more secure when defending because they're not overcommitting to the sides and far away from me when I'm trying to build up slowly my attack. And actually also with wingers on this actually example, it's going to be right mid and left mid, not wingers, but the positioning switch between them in this formation works great. What I mean by that, when let's say Lorente attacking and Rodrigo moves a little bit back, the Lorente would take his position and Rodrigo will not overcommit him here. He will just stay back, he just will switch with instructions also with Marcos Lorente as my fullback right now. And also the cooperation between midfield, right mid, left mid, it's on both sides, and a fullback, they are close enough and it's easier for me to create those triangles when I'm attacking. When I'm using inverted, don't you guys think that if fullbacks see the opening space behind, they will overlap, they will still go to that, they will still utilize that empty space, but I don't want them to do it like 90% of the time. That's why I'm using inverted. So both fullbacks join attack inverted. As you can see, let's move to the CDM, and there are a lot of instructions on CDM. I'm a fan of tight mark. Tight mark is for me as like very aggressive press after possession love on CDM. He's just covering the first available person that it's mostly have a chance to receive a ball when we lose possession in attack. And drop between defenders and deep line playmaker. Okay, guys, this is like a little bit strange, but why I use both of those instructions. First of all, deep line playmaker helps me out when I'm building up and trying to get out of my half. The CDM makes himself available for pass, and drop between defenders. I just want to make sure that he will not overcommit him to the attack. With instructions stay back, you know, guys, sometimes they still tend to go forward, move forward, get to even to the box of the opponent, and I don't want my CDM to do that. So you will see the constant movement of CDM coming close for a pass and helping me out, and then when he's done like doing his job, he's moving back again. So it's like perfect balance for me of that CDM role. It's like anchor man, and you need the guy who can pass definitely over here. Cover center, self-explanatory, and aggressive interceptions. I also like aggressive interceptions on my CDM. Okay, let's move on. Who is next? Next is my CM. Okay, so the guy who will distribute the ball. It's like Cam, but why I don't use like 4-1-2-1-2 wide formation? Because the CM positioning works for me better than the Cam positioning. It helps me a little bit more defend, and he's not overcommitted to attack as much as as a Cam position. And those late runs of that CM actually are most of the time unmarked by AI when he's getting forward and getting into the box of the opponent. You can see that I'm using free roam cover center because we want to defend in 4-4-2. It's still going to defend in 4-4-2 as most of my formations. And get forward, stay on edge. Don't worry about putting the stay on edge for cross. The reason I do that is because when they switch position, CM switch positions with strikers, he goes into the box, and whenever he sees the empty space, he will still go to the box. But I just want to make sure he doesn't overcommit every time to the box. I want him to be available also for that recycling options when I'm struggling like on one side and want to switch and I don't want to cross the ball like from right to left, I want to go through middle, then he's available for that switch, for that little recycling, right? Okay, so this is why we use that stay on edge on him. Both wingers, actually left mid and right mid, not wingers because they're closer, they're gonna be coming back on defense, and crucial one, stay wide. I was mainly using cut inside in all formations, but this time I want to use stay wide. I tried like new thing, and what it does, it just spreads the defensive line of opponents so nicely. It's leaving the gaps between his fullback and center backs where the CM and my strikers can run into. So you will see that in a couple examples that I prepared for you today. So yeah, stay wide and getting behind. Also, why stay wide? It gives me option to cross the ball to them, and they're usually unmarked. I don't use the hide the sidelines, but when you use this instruction, you will feel like they're hugging the sidelines, and they're always basically open. No matter if it's a Rodrigo or Saka or left mid or right mid, whatever you guys use as your wingers over there, they're gonna be mostly open, and they will get a help from inverted fullbacks right away to make the 1-2 pass or whatever. It's up to you how you build up, guys. So, and get in the box for cross. Why? Because whenever I already beat the fullback, I want him to close from left side, my other winger to close from left side the cross, or same from Rodrigo close on the right side if Saka is crossing, right? So those are the instructions for wingers and strikers. And both strikers have the same same instructions, And this time, guys, I usually tend to use some attacking runs on my strikers. At least one of them is getting behind. The second one is false nine or target man. This time I decided to do just stay central and make attacking run and a mixed one as a mixed attack. Why? Because the rotation between CM and those two strikers, it's working perfectly when they are on balance and not touch. Come back on defense is just to make sure they're going to be a little bit closer to midfield area, and that stay come back and also balance attacking runs, put them in a great space between the defensive midfield line and defensive line. They're also living there unmarked, and what they do is they just drive the center backs of your opponent out of position. Also will be shown in examples. Okay, let's just jump in right now quickly to examples, and hopefully you will understand how I build up and what I look for. Okay. Alright guys, so couple examples where I can show you what I meant by instructions given to the players and how they transmit to the game and itself. Let's start with the first example. We're gonna stop whenever I'm gonna try to tell you and show you what I mean by those examples. Okay, first of all, look at position of my inverted fullback. He's not overcommitting him over here as you would have on overlap instruction. The second one is also helping me here on a build-up. So the wingers are staying wide, which spreads so nicely the defensive line and leaving such big gaps already. Staying back, balancing attack on my strikers, not getting behind. It puts them in great space between the midfield line and defensive line over here. So I'm gonna utilize the space given by my opponent, just move a little bit and create the opening passing options to my winger or to my striker in a second, but just wanted to show you that the inverted are helping me out with the build-up and not moving forward even with the fast build-up instructions and as my attack chance creation, right? Okay, so let's move on. As you can see, I already created a gap and a passing option. I have two options. The strikers are in great position between the lines. I have option to pass and use the triangle back to striker using my midfield, and also I can pass directly to him and just be 2v2. This is how we should create chances, right? This is the important line that as I mentioned in my previous video, that I want to just avoid, right? I just want to pass by this line and be just with my strikers against his center backs, right? So this is how it's basically plays. Simple. Nice. We got lucky over here, but this is the whole idea what I wanna show you. Okay, as I said, you don't have to use press after possession loss. I do it. I feel comfortable with it, and right now we're gonna intercept the ball with my CM. And again, let's just watch the positioning of players. There are a couple of things that I want to show you. Again, my fullback is not overcommitting him. He's not gonna overcommit over here. Also, he's gonna stay and help me out. Deep line playmaker, so Kante as my CDM over here, or Makelele, he's showing up for a pass, and when he's done doing his job, basically he will move backwards a little bit just to secure the defensive line. And I love that space that splits between the CDM and CM. One is a little bit staying back, the second one is a little bit forward, but not as high as it would be as using cam. The cam would be around this area. So this helped me to build up. But I also highlighted the Modric, and look at his run. I'm not pressing anything to make this run. He's making this run by himself, just seeing this gap that will create by my winger moving on the side. Okay, let's move on. And of course we again screw up our chance. Let's move on to another build up from how I build up from the back. Guys, what I want to show you is look at the positioning of right mid and left mid and right mid actually. As I said, I'm not using hike the sidelines, but they're open. They're always basically open for a cross as an option from fullback, or just a straight pass on the sideline to him, right? And this is what I'm gonna do. I usually go to one of my fullbacks and cross the ball to move faster, or just if I'm not crossing, I'm just making a first time pass to my winger. And this is exactly what I think I did here, yeah. And again, my striker is coming close. Without that instruction getting behind. He's gonna help me out. And the switch positioning between CM and striker, because striker is gonna help me out right now to build up the attack and create passing options and stuff. The Modric who plays CM will utilize his positioning, basically being unmarked at all. And again, the fullbacks are not running straight into attack and overlapping the wingers who are staying back, and actually they are blocking the overlapping for fullbacks in this scenario. So, and you can see they're still unmarked. There's so much space for them to utilize, and it's just up to you if you want to make that pass to them or not. I usually tend to make one pass forward, one pass back, and then move forward. So that's why I stopped the attack here and just use my fullback for chance creation. Let's move on. And this is the run of the Modric I told you. Yeah, unmarked, and he has to commit. So another example, we got the ball, and again, this is what I was speaking about. Rotational and position change between wingers and fullbacks. I mentioned that in my previous video. When they switch positions, Saka, actually my winger who plays left mid in my setup, he's gonna take instructions of fullback, in this case Balde, and Balde will take his instructions. So he will stay wide and get him behind. The same does Rodrigo on the right side. So, and strikers are just available for pass. But this is the example what I mean by that great rotational and positional change between left mid, right mid, and fullbacks. And I think this is yeah. And again, right now we have again great chance to recycle the ball. My CDM again as a even drop between defender, which is the only defensive instruction. I'm sorry, offensive instruction. He's not dropping right now back. He's not here. As a deep line playmaker, he's helping up me to build up. And even though he sees the gap right now, he will try to get into that empty space, but then he realizes that he also has instruction drop between, so he will quickly move backwards. And again, the position of CM, who is making such a great run. And right now, as I'm already slowing down my attack, the fullback will switch positions again with the left mid, and they will switch instructions also. So yeah, that's what I want to show you. The recycling from side to center and then to the box of the opponent. And actually, again, Modric had great, yeah, we yellowed that, but we scored. Okay, another example, Kante. And here we go. Okay, guys, again, those are switching positions with right mid and fullback. Again, if I move Rodrigo back, the Llorente as my fullback will utilize his position, staying wide and getting behind. He will be like inverted. Rodrigo in this case will be inverted fullback, staying back here and helping me out. And again, CDM helping me out as a deep line playmaker. He will just make himself available for a pass, and after he's done his job, he will again move back. CM is, as I said, not as a cam. He's not here. He's here helping me out with build up. There is an option always to cross. Again, my left mid is totally unmarked. Striker staying back. That will also, because of mixed attack instruction, that will help me out build up. And whenever, in this case, Puskás, my right striker, will help me out somewhere in the middle of the pitch, the CM will utilize his position, making that dragging. Okay, the striker will drag this center back with him, and CM will utilize that empty space, running basically unmarked. So this is what I want to show you. And again, the strategy of my thought process when building up is just simple: going inside, outside, inside, outside. If it's already overcrowded on one side, there is always option to cross, and let's do it. Just do the same thing on the opposite side. Okay, let's just show you how it ends till the end. Inside, outside, inside again, and we have a chance creation again, and of course we didn't score. Okay, but that's, if I was like better, more skillful player finishing, I would have more goals scoring chances. I would score more goals. Okay, and just one last thing that I want to guys show you, it's why I love inverted fullbacks, because those marks, when I trigger runs by myself a lot, but when I trigger, they're not overlapping, they're just cutting inside the box, and it also creates a great opportunities to score. This is one of those examples. We got the ball, crossing options. There is no option here. Look at the space here and here. And again, as I'm saying, right mid and left mid usually are unmarked in this tactic and the formation. And right now I'm using Saka as a ball holder, so he's not here. But otherwise he would be like around here, this area. Rodrigo is as my right mid, again empty, not marked, and I already see him. I'm gonna cross the ball, and I'm gonna trigger the run of my fullback, and he's not here, so it's easy for me to utilize that run and make the cross here. He has to commit his left back over here to cover Rodrigo, because he has no idea what I'm gonna do, right? I can go with him and just drive into the box and score. So he has to a little bit commit this player, and that 1 second that he's overcommitting, it's enough for me to just make a scoring opportunity. We cross the ball. I already triggered the run. Yeah. And we have a great scoring opportunity. Alright guys, that's basically it. I don't want to, as I said, make 20 examples and just make this video long, like 1 hour long. So if you have any questions or regarding this formation, tactics, instructions, I always try to answer to all your questions below the video. So if you have any, let me know. Try it, please try it, let me know, and see how it works. I'm surprised how easily I can create chances, and how fun is it to use this tactic actually. Hope you will enjoy it. Let me know, as I said, in the comments, and until the next time guys.